Hi, I'm Ryan Neal with the Volga Skill, and we're dealing with our next chapter of Godinho's Against Treachery. In this one, we are going to slap the taste out of somebody's mouth, which is a pretty fun action to do, and it's one of the few unarmed strikes we encounter in HEMA. So it's outside, of course, 18th century pugilism and like pugilistic sources, for example. First thing I want to talk about is wear of the dagger, because I haven't put out sword and dagger yet. If I can get Eric Lowe to come here, please, head instructor for Sword and Historical Swordsmanship. So, and Godinho is one of our few sources that explicitly advises you about how to wear the dagger, and various sources show different things. Godinho advises that we wear it behind the back, at the waistline, and on the same side as the sword. Eric here has a sort of cross-draw configuration, as you can see. Eric, can you face the camera, please? And Godinho explicitly advises against this. He kind of mocks this and says it's like you're trying to gird a fortress with walls as opposed to be a body armed with weapons. He also says some people like to wear the dagger in front of the sword, especially if it's gold and looks flashy, as like a fashion ornament, but he says the dagger should always be behind the back, and because it's easier to draw there. Because the dagger should be hidden, he specifies that the dagger should be hidden, which, you know, is shady. And also that you risk cutting the arms in the cross, or the arms being cut in the cross. So Eric can cut his own arms because he's in a hurry to draw these weapons and like winds up accidentally cutting himself open. Or if somebody's a particularly quick draw, the moment I see his arms cross to draw both, I can cut him both the crossing before he can present a threat to me. So the dagger wear is behind, and Godinho reiterates here that it should be behind her. So, being close, he says we're going to give them a slap. So Eric, please put on a fencing mask. Note, if your partner is wearing a fencing mask, that does not mean you should full force slap them in the face. Fencing masks aren't designed for slap fighting, and therefore they aren't designed for rotational force. And you can knock somebody the heck out with a slap. I recommend watching old pancrase videos that didn't allow MMA, that didn't allow closed fist strikes, and people were just smacking people and just knocking them out. So I'm going to be like, you know, gentle with Eric here. And then he says you're going to throw the hand to the quillins. So put my hand on his quillins. And while he's struggling to draw his sword, I pull out my knife, which is much faster to draw, and I proceed to shank him in the gut till he's dead. He says you can also just throw the hand to the quillins. I'm going to go ahead and set that there for now, actually, because it's a pain to resheath. So when you're slapping, one way to really develop your power when you're not doing this against a partner is to just kind of let the arm follow naturally, so you can get that blood rushing to your fingertips. That's what a capoeira maestri told me, and on the old Gracie self-defense videos, that's how they talk about developing that slap or that palm, is to really let that blood rush to your fingertips and get that rotational motion. So one more time, I slap Eric across the face, throw the hand to the quillins, draw my dagger, and then murder him. He also says you can throw your hand to the brim of a hat if he's got it, and blind him, and also do the same thing. Those are the main things to cover, and it's one thing to also note is it depends on which side weapons are worn. So if you're a righty, for example, and your dagger's over here, obviously you're taking your ability to draw the knife out of the equation if you do this. So what I recommend for right-handers is usually give him like a backhand, and then you'll get the same thing and be able to stab him. So forehand, backhand, just note where his weapons are. Godinho notes as well that if he's got a dagger, be aware of it, so that if I'm going for my dagger, he doesn't get a wise idea to go for his dagger, or that dagger, or any of his knives he has on him. So be aware and be cautious. One final note is about this dagger configuration here, is that if he goes for his sword, and I arrest his quillins, and if he goes for his dagger now, go for your front dagger, I've got him crossed, and it's a lot easier for me to control and stuff him. I'm still on a timer, but it buys you more time. That's the main notes about this play, and I hope you enjoy practicing it. Again, be careful. Do not like full-on slap your friends, slap a heavy bag, slap inanimate targets, slap people in a actual real-life situation. Do not slap your friends hard in training. Thank you.